the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the Houston Texans. Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Seattle.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Set, 19, 50 to Mike, 50 to Mike.
On first down, it's Watson. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, that's tough. You come in here, you dial up that pass play on the first play from scrimmage and get it picked.
And you know coaches always talk about we prepare for every eventuality. You don't even mention this as a possibility when you dial up that play, right?
He's got a man complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up first and 10. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Whitney Merciless, showing no mercy, flies in for the sack.
It's now third down.
Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's third and long here. Wilson under pressure again, and down he goes again.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Texans will take over with a first and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they've got to be thrilled to have this game still at 0-0 after the interception thrown on the very first play of the game.
They certainly do. And what I enjoyed was watching him on the sidelines because as the defense came off, he was there to congratulate him and really say that.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Kiki QT, 82 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
Partner, you know the real key is to stopping a good passing attack?
You tell me.
Being able to tackle as soon as a guy catches the football.
Didn't work out there.
No, because when you give up the big run after catch, the rack yardage, that puts your defense in a big-time stressful position.
A lot of rack yardage and a touchdown there on the big play. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, you got 3, you got 3. 3 down, 3 down.
They'll toss it out to Carson. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Hey, 4-1.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
14, run it.
On first down, Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
We'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Force the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere.
Alert.
Now the former Notre Damer. This is C.J. Procise. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. He may try and run for this. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that first down. Now, I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides, when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
Yeah, been working on it for a little bit.
10 yards on the pickup.
They're not ready for this. They still playing solid.
42-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Flushed out right. And that will be incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And this Texans defense stands tall.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Alert 3. Alert 3. 66. Pull it.
Now a first down throw. Watson flush to his right. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins, he's all alone. Touchdown, Houston. 2 first-quarter touchdown passes now for Deshaun Watson. And the Texans are able to show off their quick strike ability. This time, the extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They run it with Carson. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He hits his running back, Procise. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Now here's Michael Dixon. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Seahawks, nothing. Michael Dixon to punt for the Seahawks.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Watson with a give to Miller. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Quandre Diggs there defensively.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. Now it's Lockett. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Wilson now. Going to throw again. Buying time to his left. This one into the hands of Metcalf. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Carson. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 11 at the Texans' 39-yard line.
Mike, move 15. 55. Okay, double up. Good job right there. Mike, 5.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. DK Metcalf. 39 yards. As they are now on the board here in the first half. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule.
Lamar Miller, touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, 75 yards. And the Texans are able to show off their quick strike ability. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. You got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do. Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. On 2nd and 9, Wilson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Whitney Merciless able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Throwing is Wilson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Whitney Merciless able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Here comes Carter. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. A first down carry now for Miller. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49. A gain of just 2.
He's across midfield to the 49-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8. At the Seahawks.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And now off to the races down the right side. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. 27 yards. 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 You think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead. Not so fast. That pick six really changes the complexion, probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now, probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead will shrink to 6. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive. And then
rush coming, and he's taken down. Quentin Jefferson, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. And an alley to run. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If the ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
Take 4.
Watson now to throw. And just as you called it after the earlier sack, they set up the screen. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And it'll be intercepted. Tedrick Thompson picks it. And the return won't go anywhere. They'll be back deep in their own territory at the 2-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Wilson back into his end zone, and he fires one incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and now it's 3rd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. Now it's Carson. And they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? The Texans going to signal for their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Now here's Michael Dixon. He's been terrific so far. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. On the return, Carter. 12 yards on the return that time. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
The final shot before the break. Watson going deep for Hopkins. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. Deshaun Gibson there on the tackle.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Brings up third down and 7.
380.
6-man. Check curls, check curls, check curls.
He can run for it, and he will. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. Give him a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it still brings up 4th.
It's now 4th down and 1.
Pete Carroll looks like he likes his chances with the offense on the field. They're going for it on 4th. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. And that is going to be incomplete. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And this Texans defense stands tall. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. 34 yards there and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll run high. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. They try again with Hyde. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Texans push further out in front. Bill O'Brien with a call here. We'll go for 2. They'll try and run it in with Hyde. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Right here, 41 Mike. Hey, we heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
To throw is Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. It's caught, Lockett. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Wilson, that's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 42.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Wilson going to hand it to Procise. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
55, Mike. 65, 65.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Whitney merciless. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
25, check 21.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the 4th. They'll run it again with Miller. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And this is taken in at the 5. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance.
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Deshaun Watson keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Texans push further out in front. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play.